Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, League Enforcer, and today we're going to be going over how to install Elder Scrolls Arena onto your computer so that you can play it. We're also going to go over how to mod it so it's a little bit easier to play and get some minor fixes into the game. First things first, though, everything you're going to need is going to be in the description below. All the links and everything. There's also timestamps for this video, so you can skip through the different parts of the video in case others do not pertain to you. So first things first, we're going to hop into it. I do recommend downloading a few things first. One is 7-zip. The second is Notepad++. This was going to help greatly when it comes to modifying or configuring the DOSBox configuration for Arena. And then, of course, you want to get DOSBox as well. And then come to this website right here. You have the Arena 106 setup.zip. That is the official Arena release that Bethesda released on their website. Now, if you go to their website right now, you can still get it for free. However, you got to go through their launcher, and their launcher is being discontinued. So I would not go through their launcher at all. I'd actually come here and grab it here. Or you can actually get the game from GOG.com if you purchase a Bethesda title. With that said, we are going to now click over here, look at Nexus mods for a second. We're going to be looking at about 5 different mods. We're going to do the TES Arena Remapped Sound Patch, TES Arena Intro Fix, Opening Fix, and the TES Arena Title Screen Fix. These are very minor fixes, with the Remapped probably being the most impactful one, I guess. But we'll get into that later. We need to install this game first, so that's what we're going to hop into right now. And just to cover the differences between the Arena 106 setup, the official Bethesda download, and then the GOG version, which is 1.07 of the game. It's the CD version of the game, whereas the Bethesda release was the floppy disk version. A couple of things were fixed, I believe, in the 1.07 patch. However, with the 1.07 patch, there is a bug where if you go through a main dungeon and you get the item at the end of the dungeon, you can actually go back through the dungeon and pick the item up again, which will break the game because you're only supposed to be able to pick up the item once. So just keep that in mind. Also, it does add some cinematics to the game and voiceover. So that's kind of cool. So it's up to you on which one you want to use, but we'll go over how to install both of those in this video. So we're just going to go in order here. So the first version I'm going to go over is the 106 setup version. This is going to require DOSBox, so go ahead and get DOSBox installed into your computer. Make sure you have 7-zip and also Notepad++. Arena 106 setup zip file will show up when you download it. Put it wherever you want it. Unzip it, double click into the folder here, and then you'll have the Arena 106 application file. Double click that. It will ask you where you want to install it. So once you're out of your destination selected on where you want the game to install, just go ahead and click install. It'll extract all the files to that folder, and you're done on that part. All right, so the next step now is go to where your DOSBox is installed. Double click it. We're actually going to go through some of the options. We're going to change things up a bit. So you want to double click here on DOSBox options. All right, guys, so now that we're here, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to change a couple things in here. They're already changed. I'm going to go over what those are. Full screen, you want to have that at true. If you want it to automatically go into full screen. Full resolution, you want to have it 1920 by 1080 if that is your resolution. If not, make sure it's the resolution of your monitor. Output OpenGL is the best one that I know of, that I've had experience with. Make sure that your mem size is at 32. I have my aspect at false. You can leave it at true if you want, but I have it at false because I don't want to keep the original aspect ratio. Then we're going to come down here to core. You want to make sure that core is dynamic. You also want to make sure that cycles are fixed at in between 20 and 30,000. I wouldn't go over 30,000. I find that 25,000 is pretty good number to stick with. Pretty safe there. So once you have that done, we can move on to actually getting into the game. So now we're going to run DOSBox. So go ahead and double click it. It'll load up like this. We got a full screen here. I'm going to make sure that it's showing up on camera there. I've got some notes here. I want to make sure that I cover everything properly. All right, so in order to get Arena going here, you want to go ahead and type the following: mount C. Now this is going to be the path for where your game is installed. It could be the C drive, the D drive, the E drive, the F drive, wherever it's installed at. That's the drive you want to be. You want to make sure you follow that file path. If you have, if it's in folders, like basically like mine has a folder that's got spaces in it. You're going to want to start with quotes. That's only if there's a folder that has a space in it. Otherwise, you don't have to do the quotes. So mine is on F, and then I'm going to do that. And it is in games, Bethesda, Softworks, if I can spell, and Arena. I'm going to go ahead and close that off. And then we hit enter. It's going to mount it. We go C, colon, enter. So now we're locked in that C drive. So now that we have the virtual C drive open, we're going to click install. We want to double check some things. You want to go to configure game. You're going to select sound card. Come down here to Sound Blaster or SB16. Hit enter. Same thing with the music card, and hit enter. Also make sure that the IO is 220, the IRQ is 7, DMA is 1 on both of those. And then come down to done and exit and yes. Now, in order to run the game, you can run the game right now. All you have to do is type in, again, if I can spell, Arena, and hit enter. And the game starts. So it's going to load up here, and we are going to exit out. So that is how to get Arena 1.6 going on your computer. Okay, so with the DOSBox version installed, in order to run it, again, you would have to double click DOSBox. You have to mount your C drive with the file path of where your Arena folder is located. C colon, and then Arena. And it will launch the game. Now, let's say you don't want to do that. You just don't want to do that. You would rather double click on a shortcut and it just launch. Well, we can do that. So let me exit out of this real quick, and I'll explain how to do that. First things first, you want to come up here to your DOSBox shortcut and create a, or copy it rather, and then paste it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to retitle this the Elder Scrolls Arena. And I'm going to pull this up here right here because we're going to be focusing on this one right here. The other thing that you're going to want to do is with your DOSBox here, double click on this, and we're going to File, Save As, and you want to change it to so it's gonna change it to a text document, which is fine, and save it to our desktop for right now. So now with that text file here on the desktop, we're going to go ahead and go into it with Notepad++ again. And we're actually going to scroll down there to the bottom. It says auto .exe here. Go ahead and remove this, and we're actually going to type in mount C. It's basically what you would type in to launch the game in DOSBox. So the file path again. Arena. And then colon, and then Arena. And you're going to save that. Now, with that done, you're going to cut this, and we'll place it basically where our Arena folder is installed at, wherever location that is. Mine's on my F drive in Games and Bethesda Softworks. So here it is right here, Arena. And we're just going to paste it right here. Don't paste it actually in the Arena folder. And then what we need to do is we need to view, and we need to see file names and extensions, because what we're going to do right now is we're going to remove the .txt off of this file, turn it back into a conf file. All right, so now that's done. Go ahead and leave this folder open. I'm going to minimize it real quick. We need to make some adjustments to the properties of the shortcut here, which is going to be our Arena shortcut. So go to properties. As you can see, it says -user_conf at the end here. You're going to erase user from it. And then after conf, go ahead and put quotations. I want to go back to our folder here and right click here and copy address as text. You're going to paste it, and then another backslash just to make sure everything is good. I'm going to come over here, and we're going to copy that right there and paste, and then parentheses again to close that out. We're going to apply and hit OK. Now when we double click this, it should automatically launch. So let's take a look. Bam, there you go. So now you have your shortcut, and you can change the icon to it and all that kind of stuff. So now you don't have to actually go into DOSBox and do the whole mount C, this, that, and the other. Simple shortcut. Now for the 1.07, the GOG version, highly recommend getting the GOG Galaxy app, and then you can go into your games here. We have Arena, and you want to install it. Install. Shouldn't take very long to install at all. And this is actually probably the easiest part as far as installing goes, because it's literally just a couple of clicks and it's installed, and then you just have to go through the configuration again, which I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so the game is now installed. So I'm going to click off of this, and let's go into that folder where it was just installed at. All right, guys, so once you've made it to your GOG Galaxy Games Arena folder, we need to look through here for config file, the DOSBox_Arena config file. Now this is where the Notepad++ is going to come into handy. Going to right click it. Going to go to show more options. This is only on Windows 11. Otherwise, if you right click, you'll see this tab immediately, and you want to edit with Notepad++. And we basically kind of have to go through what we just went through with DOSBox before. So we need to 1920 by 1080. Of course, desktop was probably fine, but I want to make sure that it's going to run what I want it to run. Mem size is already at 32 for us, which is great. Overlay, our output, we need to change that to OpenGL. And then I, again, am going to make this false because I don't want it to keep the aspect ratio. We want to come down here to core and change it to dynamic. Now, once you've got that at dynamic, what you're going to want to do is come down here to cycles. As you can see, it's fixed at 20,000. We're going to move that up to 25,000. And then we're going to click save. And that should be all we need to do for this. I'm just looking over it again real quick to make sure that I've gotten everything, which I believe I have. And we can go ahead and we can close out of this. Now, this is the shortcut for the GOG version. So we're going to double click it and see what it looks like. Nice. As you can see, it loaded up all by itself. And this is the 107 version, the CD version of the game. And here we are. I would definitely go with the 107 version of the game, the most up-to-date version of the game. And now we're going to go over basically how to mod these two games and basically what those mods do. All right, guys, so once you're back over here to your web browser and you got Nexus Mods open, first things first, you do need to register and create an account in order to download any modifications. First thing that we're going to want to do is download the TES Arena Remapped. Basically what this mod does is it remaps the game so that you can actually use the WASD keys, things like that. And it's got a nice little picture that basically explains to you everything as far as what buttons do what. And it's very helpful. Very helpful compared to using the original map layout map of what the keys were. As you can see over here, they still have some of that, but I'm gonna go ahead and back out. The other thing you want to get is the sound patch. The sound patch, so when you're playing the game, and I'll put a couple of a short video up of the before and after, but there's like clicks to the end of sounds, and it fixes that. So once you get this downloaded, we'll move on to the next one. This is going to be the Arena Intro Fix, and basically what this does is it kind of changes some of the lore that is presented to you during the beginning of the game to properly match up with what it should have read. And I will show you before and after screenshots of the three main, I guess, pages of the beginning intro. So now once that's done, you'll want to come here to Opening Fix. And so what this mod does is, it says down here there's two minor fixes, one to the first page, one to the second page. One is a grammatical error, and the other one is a error regarding lore. So it fixes those two, and I'll give you before and after screenshots of that right now. All right, and once that's done, the last one we're going to want to grab is this one here. And it pretty much presents itself right here. I mean, you can see, you saw earlier when we loaded the games up, it had this like unfinished border to the title screen. And basically that's all it does, is it fixes it, makes it a little more presentable. I like it. And then, of course, there are other mods here that you can experiment with. But I personally don't use. I think the game's pretty decent where it's at. The only one that I would really be interested in doing would be this one right here, because it adds a lost level to the Stone Keep within the game. However, it's still quite unfinished, so I'm not real fond on adding that into the game until I'm done with the game, so I know what I'm looking for. And you can kind of look through here. There's only 2 pages of mods, but once you have all that downloaded, I'll show you how to install them real easy. All right, guys. So once you've got your mods downloaded, the one reason why I really wanted to have you guys download 7-Zip is because it makes unzipping these folders a lot easier. As you can tell, I have Stone Keep downloaded, but I'm not worried about it right now. But basically, all you have to do is highlight basically all the folders here, and then you would come over here to 7-Zip, extract to, and you would want to make sure you get that asterisk with the backslash there, and it will unzip every folder into its own folder, and it will be titled what the zip file was titled. So it keeps it pretty organized. Now, the way you mod these 2 different versions is exactly the same. So I've got the GOG version open. If you wanted the floppy disk version, the 106 version that we did through DOSBox, all I'd have to do is open up where it's located and basically do the same thing I'm about to do right now. So we're going to drop in the opening fix. You just copy, come over here, paste, come back over here, sound patch, copy all of these here, and then come over here, paste, replace. That's fine. Intro fix. Copy this here, paste it, remapped. As you said, it's got a folder. Put both these in the main arena folder. Double click it. We're going to copy that, paste it, and the last one here, the title screen fix. Just gonna copy that right there and paste it and replace. So with that done, you have now modded the game. It'll fix the fixes that I talked about. It remaps the keyboard layout for you, and pretty much the other mods are basically the same. It's just basically drag and drop or copy and paste. Also, you know, do read the readmes when you download some of these mods, just to make sure you're installing them correctly, because sometimes they do have different ways of installing themselves. But other than that, we can actually launch this right here and take a look at it. And there we go. As you can tell, the title screen looks fixed. Everything else is going to follow right in line. And that is how you install and mod Arena. I hope this video helped you out, guys. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. If this video helped you out, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on that bell icon so you know when I upload new videos. Also, comment down below if you have any questions or comments, because I respond to every comment that you guys leave, whether it's a question or a statement. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys take care. Later.